Hello everybody, this is Dr. Kevin Novak, and this is part 2 of how to quiet down your drain inside your sump and how to quiet down your weir pipes so they're not making noise so you can wind up hearing them. And the first part I told you how to make the restrictor cap here that you're looking at, and it flows quite heavily. But today I'm going to basically talk about the weir of the SC Aquarium, of which I have the 50 gallon, which is similar to other weirs that they have. Now, the weir of the new SCA aquariums has 3 holes. One hole's for your pump output, one hole's for your emergency drain, and the other hole, of course, is for your main drain, which is what you're looking at here, your main outlet drain. In the older ones, they only had 2 holes. One was for your pump output and one was for your main drain. Of course, if you have the 2-hole one, then you're going to need to have a float valve on-off switch, so if for some reason that main drain would clog up, you would be able to have that float valve shut off your pump. And then that way the clogged main drain would stop and go until you can unclog it. Right now what you're looking at is the pipes that go inside the weir. This is your emergency overflow. And I've sanded down the end of it to make sure it's smooth. That will be about 16 3/4 to 17.5 inches long. The other pipe, of course, is your pipe that is used for your main drain. And that could be any size, actually. It could be 2 inches, it could be 6 inches, 7 inches, 8 inches, and you can use that instead of the dorsal, which is what you're looking at here. The dorsal has to be re-drilled out and have a aquarium air tubing tightly connected in the dorsal pipe, which is about 1/4 of an inch hole that has that. The pipe then has to be low enough so when the pipe fills up and starts filling up and it starts making a siphon, that the air pipe there that allows the air to come out will start sucking in water too and make it a full drain. So this is not going to be the dorsal pipe that comes with it. You don't want to use that dorsal pipe right there as one that just trickles in water. It's got to become a solid siphon or a continuous siphon. And when it does that, then you'll be able to fill the complete main outlet pipe of 1 inch full of water, and then it will equalize with what your pump is pumping out and what is going out into your main outlet. The emergency drain is just that. It's only going to be for emergency purposes only, in case this pipe, your main outlet, would clog up for some reason, or it would slow down for some reason, or something got stuck in it where it's going to slow down. Then the water would rise in the weir and it would start overflowing. And then when you heard it, you could find out what's going on and then find out and disconnect the pipe and clean it. Good thing about this, you can just disconnect the pipe and clean this pipe very easily. It's nothing complicated to keep it nice and clean. Where if you have the shutoff valves, they are a little more complicated and they can break. Of course, this is the weir completely full. As you see, the water fills all the way up to that emergency drain. Sometimes it may trickle in just very slightly, and sometimes it will not. It all depends on the pump, of how the pump is running, and if the pump has air in it or doesn't have in it, or how fast the pump is running during the night or day. It just depends. But there will not be any sound if it's not trickling in there, and it may trickle in there ever so slightly. It may and it may not. Like I said, it just depends on when you plugged in your pump. One way, if it is making noise, you can unplug your pump and replug it in very quickly, and it may change the output of your pump. But that is entirely up to the electric supply that's coming into your house, because here where I live, it can go from 120 to 110. Believe it or not, that will change the output of all pumps. And of course, this particular pump that comes with this aquarium pumps 660 gallons an hour, but only has 7.5 foot of head. So it's not going to pump out 660 gallons an hour, nowhere near that. It's only going to pump out about 300 gallons an hour, maybe even less if you use a restrictor. They have restrictors that come with it. Like I said, it comes with all the supply. The SCA Aquarium comes with everything you need, but the restrictors are designed to give you velocity, not volume. That's why the plumbing work that you see, the pipes are open with only 45-degree half-inch pipe, and I want volume and not velocity. So my pump is pumping at as fast as it can go, and I don't restrict the pump at all. And that's what you want. You want to turn over your aquarium water as fast as possible so it will get clean for you. And in your sump, of course, you're going to have what I have. I have that old 2215, or you may have floss in your sump, and you may have your pre-filter and everything in your sump, versus where I'm using that 2215 as my pre-filter, put carbon in it, put extra fine filter material in there, and it seems to work very well in keeping this water extremely clean. Plus, I can use carbon, and it's easy to take out. All you do is pull the canister out, let it drain, take it over to the sink, and service the canister and put it back on and start up everything, and you're going again. The good thing about this with the restriction end cap is that you never have to worry about those valves, such as your ball valves and gate valves, breaking in the future. They're usually going to break after about a year or so. I've had several of them, and they either won't close all the way, or you can't close them, or then you're trying to open and close them, work them free, and what happens is they wind up leaking on you. Now you got a big problem. And who needs to be dealing with a problem like that? If these valves start leaking on you, now you're going to have to cut the valve out of the whole system, and you got a mess. So with this particular this whole setup, do you really need to have those valves like that? No. This is a small tank. There's no need for it. You got the reducer. If you did change the pump, fine. If you would like buy an EHI pump, let's say, for example, and it pumps out more water, then you'd have to just make the hole bigger. That's the only thing that would change. You would get an end cap, and you would just make it bigger than the size I'm using here, which is a 7/16. But your size that you may have to make your end cap could be smaller, could be a little larger. It just depends on your pump and the output of that pump. So the wear itself, as you can see with the Overflow, it works pretty good. And you have the choice of using 2 different kinds of pipes inside of it, and you're not restricted on the pipe. And there, of course, you can see the output. It's non-restricted. And of course, like I said, it's for volume, not for velocity. And that's why I have it this way versus what they give you with the whole get-up. So until next time, I want to thank you for watching the video, and hope to see you again.